Good afternoon. Welcome to the Alcohol Beverage Board of St. Mary's County September 9th, 2021 meeting. As we prepare to open the meeting, here are a few of the guidelines. Public meetings are now open to the public. This public hearing is being televised live on St. Mary's County Government TV 95 and the county's YouTube channel. It will remain available on demand viewing on the St. Mary's County Government YouTube channel. My name is David Willenborg. I'm the chairman. To my right is Member Cole. To my left is Member Hill. To my far left is Tammy Hildebrand, our administrator. Susie Dean, our recording secretary. And Kevin Hall is our inspector, and he's in the audience. Absent today is Sergeant Steve Myers, and we're waiting on our attorney.
And Member Watts is absent.
And Member Watts, yes, who has an approved absence. So first thing is approval of the agenda. Has everybody reviewed that?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Member Cole makes a motion to accept the minutes as written.
The agenda.
Agenda.
I'm sorry, the agenda.
I will second that.
Member Hill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Passes. Thank you. Next, the minutes. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the August 12th, 2021 minutes? Do I have a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 12th, 2021.
Okay, we have a motion from Member Hill to accept these minutes as written. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Member Cole seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. First is old business. Extension of conditional approvals. Old Town Pub, John McDonald Jr. and Joseph Drury, Jason Burrows, requesting a 90-day extension of conditional approval for outdoor seating. Please come forward and present your application.
And Chairman, Mr. McDonald has a letter giving him permission to speak on behalf of Joseph Drury and Jason Burrows.
Okay, thank you. Swearman.
Okay, do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please have a seat.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, well, we completed our project. We have approval from the building inspector and from the health department, and we can open any time that the fire marshal comes to inspect. So we're just waiting.
Okay.
So you're only waiting now on the fire marshal? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay.
That way he can get his final UNO.
The
from
town requires all three. They have the other two. We've called the fire marshal. They're backed up. They said they'll.
Did he give you any idea as to the timing on when he would make that inspection?
I wanted to open today, so I asked them that, and they said, someone will call me as soon as they're available.
But no idea time frame?
I don't know if that means today, tomorrow.
Okay.
There's really nothing.
Okay.
I can't force them to come, and we have to have that to open, so
Yes, sir.
I'm just waiting. But I was going to run out of my first time period was going to be done, so I figure it's better to come before you guys and say, I need it, than not
Sure.
have it.
Yes, sir. Barbara, any questions?
Nope.
So there's nothing conditional in this at all, except for the fire marshal?
Waiting on the fire marshal, and then the town of Leonardtown can give him his final UNO, and then we're ready to roll.
What is it that Leonardtown has to do?
They do the UNO, but they're waiting on the
They do
fire.
what?
The use and occupancy, the
Oh,
final.
use and
UNO.
occupancy, okay,
It's a little different when you're dealing with Leonardtown than when you're dealing with St. Mary's County.
okay, very good.
So we need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we extend the conditional approval for Old Town Pub, John McDonald Jr., Joseph Drury, Jason Burrows, requesting 90-day extension of conditional approval for outdoor seating, contingent upon fire marshal inspection and approval by the city or town of Leonardtown for use and occupancy.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second that.
You'll second it? So we have a first and second. Discussion? Okay, so extension of conditional approval, Old Town Pub, John McDonald Jr., Joseph Drury, Jason Burrows, requesting 90-day extension of conditional approval for outdoor seating, contingent on the final UNO from the city of Leonardtown and the fire marshal. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, John, just come in when you get it all.
Okay, new business. The Jamaican Grill, application of
Yeah.
Yao Heavey to transfer the Jamaican Grill Class B restaurant BWL license from Yao Levy and trade as the Jamaican Grill LLC, 23105 Three Notch Road, California, Maryland, 20619, and permission for outdoor seating. Come forward, sir. Good afternoon.
You raise your hand, and do you hereby affirm and declare and affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very good. Have a seat, please.
We do need his name and address for the record, please.
Oh, would you give us your full name and address for the record, sir?
My work address or house
Home address.
Home
Yeah,
address.
home address.
Okay. Name is Yao Heavy. Home address 22969 Crimson Lane, California, Maryland 20619.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead and present your application.
Yes, I was trying to get a switch from being an LLC, being a sole proprietor to LLC, which is in the application, and having outdoor seating, continuing the having seats outside of the restaurant.
Okay. So, Tammy, do we have to split, we should be splitting this into two things?
No, sir. He's asking it all in one. He doesn't have, it's not like he has to build the outdoor seating.
Right.
So no, it can be heard as one request as part of his new application. And Mr. Heavy has been running his business there all along. He's just converting from a sole proprietorship to an LLC, and he's finally gotten his EDUs so he can have outdoor seating, which if you recall, if you were here for his first time when he came in for the application, he still didn't have them and he wanted the outdoor seating, but he had to play the musical chairs game, so he just said, no, I'll wait. So he did the COVID seating. That worked out well.
Yes,
And now he's got the EDUs, so we don't have to play musical chairs.
absolutely.
But we are still waiting on fire marshal approval to get your final UNO.
Yes, so with the fire marshal, he came in, was it yesterday
Okay.
or 2 days ago? Forgot, but I only have to get my hood service.
Okay.
That's it. And then I just gotta call him, and then he'll come take a look at the service, and I'm done.
So that's it. Just
So fire marshal, and then he'll bring that paperwork over to land use, and they will issue the use and occupancy. And because you're going from a sole proprietor to an LLC, you got to get your accountant to put everything up to date as far as tax returns go with your sole proprietorship. So there is a hold from the comptroller on that till that's squared away. And that's not uncommon because you file quarterly oftentimes, so he might be behind a quarter, but the comptroller sees it as a change of ownership. So they want everything squared away with the sole proprietorship before they'll release the hold.
So is that going to be part of the contingent?
Yes, sir. So it would be retail sales withholding, or comptroller tax, you can call it that, the UNO, and the fire marshal.
Okay.
Do you need copies of the EDU approval?
No.
No?
That's, if health department signs off on it, and which they
Okay.
have, so. the
And
health department-
we've got that already.
Yeah, the health
right?
department's
Okay.
fine with the way
Very
it
good.
is. Yep.
So we're looking at just the retail sales from the state, correct? Fire marshal approval?
Yep.
And then the town of Leonardtown?
Oh, no, he's in St. Mary's. It's land use and growth. It's his UNO from land use.
This is UNO
Yeah,
from the county?
yeah.
Okay.
He's not in the corporate town alone.
Oh, okay. All right, very good.
He's on Route 235.
Yeah, in the old Starbucks.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine.
Barbie, have any questions?
No, I'm okay.
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 Want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. I make a motion that we approve the Jamaican Grill application of Yao Javi to transfer the Jamaican Grill Class B restaurant, BWL license from Yao Javi and trade as the Jamaican Grill LLC, 23105 Three Notch Road, California, Maryland, 20619, and permission for outdoor seating. This approval would be contingent upon the approval of retail sales from the state, fire marshal inspection, and county use and occupancy permit.
How many days?
I'm sorry?
How many days?
We'll do 90 days on this, please. Okay?
Okay.
That way you got
Time.
that whole, if you do it before the 90 days, that's fine.
Okay.
You know, but that just gives you the option, you know, if you need to go 90 days.
And when I receive it, do I present it to Tammy?
I'll let you know in a
Right
minute,
there.
hon.
All right.
You got to get it seconded and voted on first.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I will second that.
We have a second from Member Hill. Member Cole was the initial person who made a motion to approve. So we have a first, we have a second. Do we have discussion? None? Okay. So this is the Jamaican Grill application for Yo Heavy to transfer the Jamaican Grill Class Restaurant, Class B Restaurant, BWL license from Yo Heavy and trade as Jamaican Grill, the Jamaican Grill LLC, 23105 Three Notch Road, California, Maryland, 20619, and permission for outdoor seating. This is conditional, is a 90-day conditional based on fire marshal, UNO, and finalizing the, your original business with the comptroller of the state of Maryland for the retail sales that you've done before. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. No one opposes? Passes. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
before you go to land use, get me copies of all your fire marshal inspections so I can put them in the record, and then you'll go to land use and get your UNO with those, because they'll take those inspection sheets, okay? And then just come to me and just hand me whatever you got, all right? Comptroller needs to send me a release letter, so give your accountant a call and tell her or him to hurry up. Okay. All right, hon.
Okay.
Any licensee, applicant for a license, or group of not less than 10 persons who are residents or real estate owners in the district in which the licensed place of business is located or proposed to be located may within 30 days from the date of any final decision of the board in approving, suspending, revoking, restricting, or refusing to approve, suspend, revoke, or restrict any license or licensee, appeal such decision to the Circuit Court for St. Mary's County. The appellant shall be required to pay in advance a sum of money reasonably estimated to cover the expense of transcribing the hearing of this, of the decision being appealed. Okay, next. Tapasology, application for Lisa J. Rice to purchase a Class B restaurant BWL license and trade as Tapasology LLC, 22845 Washington Street, Unit C, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650, and permission for outdoor seating. Please come forward and be sworn in.
You hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, please have a seat.
Go ahead and present your application, please.
This is a new business that we would like to open. It's a tapas restaurant, and we are applying for liquor license so we can serve beer, wine, and mixed drinks.
Okay. So we will open this up for questions. Mr. Cole?
Yeah, Lisa, where, I'm looking at your drawing here of the building. Where is your outside seating?
Right outside the door, on either side of the door, there's room to put 2 tables, one on each
Two
side.
tables?
That's it. So
One on either side?
that would accommodate 4 people total.
Okay, so that would be, what is there, a sidewalk out front or?
There is a sidewalk in front.
Sidewalk, huh? Is there any kind of partition between the sidewalk and I guess in the parking area?
No,
Nothing, so it just steps down into the parking lot, is that correct?
sir.
Okay. Anything, Mr. Chairman, that needs to be discussed about the outside seating there?
No, not for me. Barbara,
No.
Okay.
have any other questions, or anything?
Yeah, I've got one other, you have on your drawing here then what's marked as your bar area, right here. What exactly is the bar area itself? This looks like it's a doorway.
There, if I can explain it, there's the bar, and it's a small bar. You can
Okay.
only seat 6 people there.
Okay,
And just to the right of that is actually an entranceway that goes back into the kitchen.
okay.
And that's it. That is the bar area.
So that's like from here over to the wall, correct?
Correct.
Six seats. Is there a liquor display there? Are there taps in the bar area?
No
What-
taps.
No taps?
No. The most we will have are some wall units to put bottles of wine. We have under-counter storage, but no taps.
No taps, okay, so you've got wine, are you selling bottled beer,
Sir,
canned beer? That's then in a
cooler. We have a
cooler
chiller.
that's in the bar area,
Yes,
correct?
and also in the back of the kitchen, right behind the bar.
Right behind the bar,
Well, as you go back through into the kitchen, there's some coolers right there where we can put cold drinks.
cold beers. Are those under lock and key?
They don't have to
They
be.
will be. Our whole storage area, we have a complete storage area that's going to be under lock and key.
Well, that was my next question here too, Lisa. Where exactly are you selling any kind of liquor or mixed drinks?
Yes, sir, mixed
Okay.
drinks.
Where then are, you've explained where the beer is stored. Where then in the drawing here are you storing?
They're back into the kitchen. There is a room that we have a lock and key for, and that's where all the alcohol will be stored and secured.
Is that the office area?
Yes,
Okay, so you're storing all the wine and liquor in the office area, and then all the other beer is stored in the freezer units that are right behind the
yes.
behind the wall?
We have walk-ins, cool walk-ins.
Okay.
And then we also have a cooler that's actually right where the bar is.
Okay, and that will all be under lock and key, that's correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay. Member Hill,
No questions?
question? So this is going to be contingent on what?
Everything.
Everything.
She needs it all. She needs it all.
Now what?
No. We need, because you haven't opened and you guys are still in build-out.
Right.
Okay, so we need a trader's license. We need a UNO. We need health department approval and fire marshal approval.
Okay.
Could I ask- I'm sorry.
Excuse me. The UNO, Tammy, is from Leonardtown,
Leonardtown.
correct?
The
Final
trader-
UNO, final UNO. You got permission from the Leonardtown Board Commissioners to apply, but now we need, and you put in your permits, but yeah.
Now, the trader's license, I understand, that's what I sent in, that, and I gave you a copy of, that I had to mail off. Is that what you're talking about? Unless I misunderstood. I had to go online to get the
Trader's
form.
license is your business license.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that other.
No, not the sales and use.
You know what I'm
Yes,
talking
I do. No. Yeah, you need the trader's license, which you should be able to apply for soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
I have nothing.
So I guess this would be a 90-day
That's the
Additional.
most, yeah.
that you can give her. So do I have a motion from someone to?
I'll make a motion that we approve Tapasology application for Lisa J. Rice to purchase a Class B restaurant BWL license and trade as Tapasology LLC at 22845 Washington Street, Unit C, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650, and permission for 2 tables of outside seating. This is a 90-day conditional approval dependent on trader's license, health department inspection, fire marshal, and UNO by town of Leonardtown.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Discussion. We don't have to limit that. We're just licensing a space.
Correct.
So we're not dictating.
They couldn't fit any more than 2 tables there anyway.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you can't.
okay,
2 cafe tables,
sorry.
that's all they're
Okay,
going to fit.
that's fine.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're just going to approve the outdoor seating
yes.
and
Okay.
as by the, as per diagram. So. Good? Okay. So Tapasology application for Lisa J. Rice to purchase a Class B restaurant BWL license and trade as Tapasology LLC, 22845 Washington Street, Unit C, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650, and permission for the outdoor seating. This is a 90-day conditional, required still as a fire marshal, UNO, and
Traders.
health, and the trader license.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Opposed? None? Thank you.
Thank you.
good luck.
Lisa, as you guys get that stuff, just pop in the office and bring it to me, okay?
Any licensee, applicant for a license or group of not less than 10 persons who are residents or real estate owners in the district in which a licensed place of business is located or proposed to be located may, within 30 days from the date of any final decision of the board in approving, suspending, revoking, restricting, or refusing to approve, suspend, revoke, or restrict any license or licensee, appeal such decision to the Circuit Court of St. Mary's County. The appellant shall be required to pay in advance a sum of money reasonably estimated to cover the expense of transcribing the hearing of the decision being appealed. Okay. Move on to premise changes. Brood Garden, Geraldine A. LaRoe.
No,
Patty's
sir.
Park.
Special privilege.
Special privilege application.
I'm sorry. Special privilege applications. Personalized Touch Catering, Patricia Sparks, requesting off-site catering privilege.
Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Please have a seat.
She needs to state her name and address for the record.
My name is Patricia A. Sparks. My address is 25410 Vista Road, Hollywood, Maryland, 20636.
Thank you. Can you present your application, please?
Yes, I would like to get, I have a liquor license, but I would like to have a liquor license to do off-site catering alcohol for weddings.
Okay. Barbara, questions?
No. You already have your license for your business, right, in your building, so.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just, you just want to be able to,
I kind of didn't want it because I'm getting old and didn't want to haul that stuff, but I'm being honest. But I've had so many brides ask me, so I'm like, I have to figure this out. So hire a really strong young man.
there you go.
Okay. So this is for wedding events?
Yes, we do a lot of
wedding
weddings like outside and like tents and barns and not in facilities. So they always ask because most people want everything in one vendor instead of having multiple vendors.
Right, right. What kind of security do you provide for the alcohol at these events? Are they, you have a
normally-
bar, yeah, obviously you have a bar area, correct?
Normally, when we go to these events, the night before we go in and we set up our displays, but alcohol doesn't come till like, if I do it, alcohol won't come until like 2 hours before an event.
And either you or an employee will bring the alcohol to the event. Is this all being operated out of your residence?
I do have most of my catering out of my residence, but the alcohol that I will be moving that from will be from the shops at 5 South.
Be
Because
from
I
where?
have, the shops at 5 South is where I have my liquor license. And we actually have storage, locked storage there, so that's where it would be coming from that location.
I see. Okay.
Mrs. Sparks's residence is not licensed. That's just her alternate catering kitchen where she's been working for many years as a food caterer.
Okay.
She put up the brick and mortar right before COVID or during,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Any other questions?
Do you currently have the permit from, the catering permit from Department of Environmental Health? Do you have that, right?
Not with me, but I do
No,
have.
I mean-
Yeah, I've had it for 28 years.
Yeah, so you don't, there's no need for any discussion on that. Okay.
There shouldn't be any other conditionals on this at all,
No.
so I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the application for special privilege application for personalized touch catering, Patricia Sparks, and requesting off-site catering privilege.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Have a second? Discussion? Okay, so We're voting on personalized touch catering. Patricia Sparks requesting of off-site catering privilege. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Good luck.
I didn't have to wait 90 days.
All right. Thank you,
Patty,
Patricia.
what you will need to do is bring me your license and your liquor license. Yeah, and a check for $250 made out to the treasurer, and then we'll set you up. Okay, so give me a call.
I get a new license.
Yeah, so give me a call, and you have to pay for the catering. So give me a call before you come to the office, though, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, hon, take care. Just 2 signs, it's up top. There's a stamp, yeah. Oh. Thank you.
Okay, the next one, we're going to do this as one group.
Okay, so Hacienda Los Callabos, Plaza Tolteca, and Tacos Hacienda, both Maria Ruiz and Savannah Lee could not make it, and they've both given Myra Herrera permission to speak on their behalf. These are-
Confusing. Okay,
Yeah, they're family. Maria's mom, Myra is her daughter, and Savannah is her daughter-in-law.
so I am,
So you could,
so I only have 2 people here today?
you
or
have one, Myra Herrera. Salsas is a separate business, no relation. Myra is speaking for the first 3.
Okay. Okay. Special privilege application, sale and delivery of off-premise consumption permit requests for Hacienda, Los Huevos, Plaza, Toteca, and Tacos Hacienda. So we are going to be calling,
What about Salsa Mexican?
it's
Salsas
different.
is separate. Myra is speaking for the first 3.
For the first 3?
Yes.
Okay,
Mr. Bravo is in the audience waiting for salsas.
gotcha.
Myra?
Myra? Let me swear you in. Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Please have a seat.
thank you.
Name and address.
We need you to state your
My home address
your home address and name, please.
and my name, okay. My name is Mayra Herrera, and my address is 21467 Ritz Drive, Lexington Park, Maryland,
Thank you.
20653.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so go ahead and present your application.
I have the applications, honey.
Okay.
He just wants you to explain what you guys are doing and
okay.
how you're
What
doing
my
it.
parents want to do for their business is be able to sell alcohol out of the premises for to-go orders.
Okay. So, are you aware of the restrictions that are associated with this type of permit?
Yes, from what I've been told, some of my parents know more to the fullest of the knowledge. I was just informed of some of the stuff. They have to be sealed. It has to be a certain amount of alcohol and check for IDs all the time. And does it also have to be for the consumption of whatever they consume for food, right? That we're allowed to sell them, yeah?
Has to have food prepared.
Yes.
And also, you need to keep records.
Yes.
A logbook or something. That's important because actually the state law requires that there's going to be
If it's-
data collected. So
If it's delivered.
right.
If it's delivered. Are you doing delivery
Oh,
or
no, not
curbs? How about
deliveries.
I'm not going to do any
curbside?
delivery.
We don't have a delivery now.
Okay.
And no curbside? You don't go out of the building?
No.
How are people getting their orders?
They come in through the door and ask.
Okay. No curbside. Very good.
So this is curbside and not delivery?
No
No
curbside.
No
Curbside.
curbside.
No curbside. So
Yes,
this
they
is
come in the
actually-
building, yes.
Like, for example, and the only one that I'm aware of, for example, Taco Hacienda, if they have somebody over in hunting quarters that wants, taco dinners, let's say 4 of those and a 6-pack of beer to go, then you would deliver then over there to hunting quarters, wherever the address was?
No, we actually do not have anybody that would be able to deliver as it is. So it would only be if they come in and are like, they order the food, hey, can I get a margarita to go? We'll do it in a sealed container, seal it, no straw or anything like that. They would have to open that when they get home.
Okay,
They're already able to sell something over the counter.
Over
You
the
can
counter,
buy a
they could do
six-pack
beer and
go.
wine over the counter as
So-
is. She has it on off. This is just for mixed drinks.
Just
oh,
cocktails.
just mixed drinks, so
Yes.
Cocktails.
margaritas, let's say, a quart of margaritas or whatever.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
sales actually,
Quart.
it's an on-premise sale.
No quarts.
Of a cocktails, on-premise sale, and then the people who take it to go.
Yes.
Right, so it's not actually a delivery to a house?
Correct.
No.
Gotcha, okay.
If she had somebody to do delivery, she would then be required to keep a log. Or if she had to do curbside, she would be required to keep a log.
Okay, very good.
I've discussed this with Ms. Herrera and her mother and Savannah, her sister-in-law.
Okay. Any questions? This could be contingent on anything at all?
No, sir.
Everything's good with no contingency, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Would you like to frame motions?
yes. I'll make a motion that we approve the special privilege application, sale and delivery for off-premise consumption permit, request for Hacienda Los Huevos, Plaza Tolteca, and Tacos Hacienda, as presented by Myra Herrera.
I believe does the motion need to include the 3 actual licensees in the motion? She's here representing them, but we're
Correct.
actually,
Correct.
Okay, you want me to
Yes.
amend that?
yes, please.
Presentation made by Myra Herrera for Hacienda Los Guaybos, Maria Ruiz, and Taco Hacienda, Savannah Lee.
And
In Plaza
Plaza.
Toteca.
Plaza Tolteca, represented by Myra Herrera.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I will second that.
We have a second.
That was a
Okay.
mouthful.
With the amendment,
With the amendment.
okay?
I am confused. What's the amendment?
The amendment was to include the other
Names.
two.
Oh, yes,
you know.
yes. Okay. So, special privilege application, sale and delivery of off-premise consumption permit. It's requested for Hacienda Los Huevos, which is Ruiz, Maria Ruiz, Plaza Toteca, Myra Herrera, and Tacos Hacienda, Savannah Lee. We have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Passes. Good luck. Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
take care, Myra. Myra, when you get a chance, bring your license to the office, call me, and we'll add this notation to your license.
Sorry for coming in late. I didn't
No
get this
problem.
application, but it took like 30 minutes. Luckily, I got everywhere.
No problem, Miha.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay,
Salsa
that's the next one.
Mexican Cafe?
Yes. Special privilege application, sale and delivery of off-premise consumption permit request. This is Salsa Mexican Cafe. Carlos Bravo, please come forward and be sworn in.
First of all, I want to apologize for not removing my app. It's a medical condition I have right now.
It's fine.
I mean, no disrespect to the board.
Carlos, will you raise your hand, please? Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please have a seat and state your home address for the record.
Yes. Carlos Bravo, 41466 Charleton Way, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So go ahead and present your application, sir.
I'm here to request a special permit to sell mixed drinks to go.
To go.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We don't have any, because of pandemic, we were doing it, we stopped it. So we are requesting if we can continue. And we are aware of the rules,
Okay.
new rules and implications. I just had one question.
Yes, sir.
For the, we sell frozen margaritas, which is kind of a slush thing margarita. Are we allowed to sell those, or will be on the regular margaritas?
Yes, no, the frozen is fine, as long as it stays,
The volume.
the
is
volume,
still
12
limited,
ounces
12
or
ounces,
less,
yes.
okay?
Yes, sealed container, no open for straw.
Right.
And on the margarita on the rocks, we sold it or sell it without the ice. So we don't encourage customers to
Drinking on
drink.
the way out, very good.
Very good. And Member Cole, do you have any questions?
No, I have not.
No, nothing.
No. Okay. One thing I like to mention, though, is that, and this is, I know you run a wonderful business, but just keep in mind that if mistakes happen, then the board could take away this permit.
Yes.
Just because there will probably be a concern between the members that that's another layer of difficulty in running, being able to control alcohol.
Mhm.
So it's just, it could happen. So, no more questions?
Actually, one more.
Yes, sir.
We are trying to deal with GrabHub. They start working in the area. Are they allowed to deliver the, no?
No third-party delivery. It would have to be you or one of your employees who's over 21 and alcohol awareness certified. Yeah, it has to be you. Grubhub can't do it.
Okay.
And then you'd be required to have the log.
Then you would have to do sales log, yes.
And that's even if you just go out of the building to the parking lot. This is for on-premise only.
Yes.
Can't carry the alcohol out to a,
Without a log.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
If you have questions about, I know right now, Mr. Bravo and I have spoken, and he's, just like the other three, will not be doing curbside or delivery at this time, but if you do decide to do that, Carlos, just feel free to come to the office, and we'll explain what you need to do at that point,
I will.
additional record keeping, okay?
Thank you very much.
okay, so we have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the special privilege application for the sale and delivery of off-premise consumption, permit request from Salsa Mexican Cafe, Carlos Bravo.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Do we have any discussion?
I've got none.
Okay. So special privilege application for Salsa Mexican Cafe, Carlos Bravo. There's no restrictions, or I'm sure I say conditions. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The ayes have it. Passes. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
member.
thank you, Carlos.
Carlos,
Good luck.
just call him when you're ready, bring your license to the office so we can amend it and put that privilege on there, okay?
No problem.
Okay.
Can I, well,
Call me next week or tomorrow, yeah. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, premise changes. Bruden Garden, Geraldine A. LaRoe. Requesting temporary extension of outdoor premise for a special event, Brudenfest, on October 21st, 2021, from 11 a.m. to midnight. Please come forward and get sworn in.
Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Hi, Geraldine. Please have a seat.
State your name
State
and your address.
Name and address. for the record.
Geraldine LaRue, 41635 Camelier Drive, Leonardtown, Maryland, 20650. And the date is October 2nd.
Oh, October 2nd.
Yeah.
Got 21st on it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, that's my fault. It is October 2nd on her request. Thank
Okay.
you. Sorry.
All right.
October 2nd, correct?
Yeah. Make sure you put that date down, Leonard.
You're going to have a bunch of people show up. No, the second. It's the second, everybody. Sorry.
So, actually, there's a little bit of confusion, Tammy. The fire marshal showed up a couple of days ago to the garden. Of course, I have nothing up there. So we already have the whole building of Shepherd's Old Field Market, and about 2/3 of it is already fenced in for alcohol serving. And we just got a permit to finish up the last third of the building. So we wanted to expand that space for a temporary one day. And then we are eventually going to ask, possibly next year or so, for a permanent one. But for right now, the temporary barricade that needs to be out there, so I was a little confused. I think we talked about it and, what should we put up there? And when he showed up, there was nothing there, so he was confused on to why he was there. So I am going to go ahead, being as that's our property anyways, I'm going to go ahead and fence it up anyways, to do a permanent fencing, asking Leonardtown to grant me approval for that permanent fencing.
Is that going to be by the 2nd of October?
Oh, yeah, it'll be done in one day. So, and then, but the fire marshal said he has to come back then,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and make sure that I have 2 exits off of there, because he had nothing to see. I didn't have any temporary, I didn't,
Yeah, they usually come like, you call them and they come like once you've put that lattice
Yeah,
type
I
fencing up.
didn't even call him, he just showed up, which
Yeah.
is cool. But, so what I'll do is, I'm going through right now, it shouldn't be long, it should be up by next week, the fencing that's gonna go around that last section with the required exits. There has to be 2, and then I'll call the fire marshal in for him to approve that premises for the one day,
You're going to put an entrance down towards the parking lot at the end of the building there?
yeah, but it's only a gate, you can't get in that way.
A gate, but you can't get in that way, but you can exit if there's a
Yes,
problem,
yeah.
right?
It's an emergency exit.
And then your entrance will be from the other Bruta Garden
Yes.
into this, right?
Yes,
And you'll have the fencing done sometime next week?
yes.
Okay.
Fencing will be done sometime next week, and what we intend doing is there's going to be, I hate to call them, security at each one of these gates, exits, with an alarm sounding, if anybody should go out there.
Just like the exit that you have on the other garden, right? Up there by where the firewood is?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
And so this fencing we're talking about, this is the 115 by 45,
I think so.
right? Okay,
The additional one,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
okay.
And it'll be exactly the same as what's there right now, which is metal on the bottom, and then on the top is the slats.
It's pretty impregnable.
Yeah.
So this is going to be conditional on fire marshal?
And health. The
And
health
health?
department
And
hasn't
health?
received anything from you.
What?
The health department hasn't received anything from you.
Correct. So even for the one day, the health
Yeah,
needs
they
to?
need he knows it's a one day, but yes.
Okay,
Reach out to him. He needs to give you temporary.
Okay,
Okay?
sounds good.
But you have, Jerry, you've got all the permits for putting the fence up and everything? Is that required? I mean,
Yeah, you really have to tell the town what you're doing.
okay, oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and, that's like, she'll give it to me in one day, and then the fence will go up.
Is that part of the conditional then?
No,
Tammy?
the town has already approved that.
They've
they're
already approved it? Yeah, okay,
Fine with it.
okay.
But you're not making this a temporary fencing, you're doing a permanent fencing.
Yeah.
But this is a temporary
It's a
one-day
temporary one-day.
extension premise.
Correct, and you will only be using that for that one
For
day.
that
She
purpose,
understands
only
if she
for one
wants
day.
to make it a permanent, she would have to come back to you guys for permanent usage.
Yes.
And I think that was part of her original plan. However, she didn't think she would be able to get this fencing up.
Sprinkler system was one
No,
problem. didn't she?
this is outdoors, not indoors.
Outside.
This is completely outside, so she doesn't have, this is an outdoor area, this fencing. So she doesn't need sprinklers for.
Overhead,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
What about my
she didn't,
sprinkler system too, huh?
Right.
but she didn't think she could get it accomplished by, so that's why it was the temporary request. So she probably will be coming back in the future to make this area a permanent
And
addition
make
to
a
her
permanent, do a
premise.
permanent
For right now.
Correct.
request, yeah.
So for right now, it's just for
Just
for
temporary
October
for that one
2nd,
day.
and I will have the fire marshal and the health department
Yes.
submit that.
Gary, are you going to use this area also for Marine Corps birthday, or will you just restrict it to what's existing?
You know, the Marines can have any part of Bruder Garden that they'd like to have. You know, they have a special place in my heart.
We can just take over the whole place, right?
And actually, even when we put in for the permanent one, that is not going to be used all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's no use for us to open that if we don't need it. So, you know, probably be held for private parties, because people are already reserving the other side of the garden now for private parties, and they want us to kind of
Oh,
section
wow.
it off.
Wow.
So that way that they could have, you know, that last area, and we can dedicate somebody for them. And I don't, well, I say I don't anticipate it, but we didn't anticipate using the whole two sides of the garden this time.
Is this new area that you got, Jerry, is that going to be like the old area with fire pits and seating and everything outdoor?
Yes.
Do you have to get any kind of approval from the fire marshal for that
Yes,
sort of thing?
that's something that I have to approve. I think I have to send him with the seats, the layouts of the seats and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'll do that. And I don't know if he needs it for this time either, whether
You need to talk to him, hon.
Yeah, and that was the confusing part, because Mike came out and I didn't realize that. See, before, when we had the temporary extension, we already had the fence up.
Correct.
So,
Right, right.
yeah, I didn't want to redo something, put a temporary one, and then take it down and put a permanent one. I said, we'll just go ahead and do the fence.
Right, right, gotcha.
And I just got approval for building that last section, build out of the last section, too.
Well, I know this is a whole process in, the whole thing is in flux for
Yeah.
that whole section of the building. It's going to
Yeah.
be quite nice when you get it done.
It is.
This
It
one's
is.
on
Definitely.
So do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that this is premise change, that we approve the premise change for Bruder Garden, Geraldine A. LaRue, requesting temporary extension of outside premise for special event, Bruder Fest on October 2nd, 2021, from 11 a.m. to midnight, conditioned on
Fire and health.
fire marshal and
And health.
health department approval. 90-day conditional. Well, it's got to be
So
before
it'll be
October
in
2nd.
the next week, so I'll bring
Yes.
all the stuff to,
By October 1st.
Yeah.
soon approaching.
I'll second that.
A second? Okay. Special privilege application. Pardon me, premise change. Bruder Garden, Geraldine A. LaRue, requesting temporary extension of outdoor premise for a special event, Bruder Fest, on October 2nd, 2021, from 11 a.m. to midnight. This is conditional on fire marshal and health.
Yeah.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Passes? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Have a great day.
Jerry, when you get those approvals, come in and drop them off, or have somebody drop them off, okay?
Will do.
All right, Don. Take care.
Okay, the next, the Slice House. Kenneth Held, requesting extension of premise for additional outdoor seating.
Mr. Held is not here. Do you
Okay.
want to, you can move it to the end, maybe he'll show up. I don't know. It's up to
Okay,
you.
we'll pass on that one then. We'll come back to it. Morris Point Restaurant, Christopher and Deborah, is that Sosanen? Susanen, sorry. Requesting extension of premise an extra serving counter for outdoor seating.
Swear you in. Do you hereby declare and affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, please?
I do.
Please have a seat and state your name and home address, please, for the record.
Before I get started, I want to give this.
What is this? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a letter from Mrs. Suzanen giving Chris, her husband Chris, permission to speak on her behalf.
Okay.
So we are here today to request, I would classify this as permanent temporary extension of serving area in a tent at Morris Point Restaurant. And I believe you may have in your packet a copy of a plat or a survey that shows you the location.
Chris, when you say temporary, you mean seasonal, correct?
Seasonal, yes.
Okay.
Right. Being a tent.
Because you don't want to come back again every year to ask for it, right?
Correct. What we see here is the ability to have special functions.
So this is for a tent that's 20 by 20.
Correct.
Questions?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm having difficulty trying to figure, I can see with the drawing, with the red pencil here for the 20 by 20 tent, but then we have an aerial view of the location, and I'm wondering where the tent is from there.
It's
Trailer.
where that treed
left.
area
Trailer,
is.
trailer.
To the left of the
Is
restaurant.
it kind of like in that green grassy area, I guess? In between the,
If you have a copy of this,
Leonard.
it's right here.
Leonard.
yeah.
Right there.
It's that area up there, right?
It says tent.
Where's it say?
Tent. Pink. Tent.
In here?
Yeah.
But it's up there. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Will this tent be up permanently then?
No, it's a temporary structure.
Just if it's going to rain or special events, is that correct?
It's suitable to keep up basically April through October.
Probably just special events, correct? Okay. What sort of special events are you thinking of? A wedding?
Well, we do better with rehearsal dinners.
I'm sorry?
We do better with rehearsal dinners.
Personal dinners?
Rehearsal
Oh,
dinners
rehearsal
before a
dinners.
wedding.
Okay.
That would be something that we'd be looking to obtain, those types of.
Yeah, I got you.
So you're also asking for the outdoor serving area,
Correct.
a bar. Where,
If it were an event, there would be a table with a cooler and an attendant. Most
So-
likely, it would just be service from the kitchen on a tray out to whoever ordered one.
So you're talking about setting up a temporary bar?
Temporary bar
A
is
temporary
possible.
service,
Table
serving
with a
counter when
cooler
needed.
and an attendant is possible.
So you'd have maybe bottled beer and
Bottle of wine.
wine. Would you have also alcohol, liquor?
The still drinks would have to come from the kitchen
Come from the kitchen itself, huh? And those would be brought out by a server?
on a tray, right?
Okay. Question for you too, because, and I'm just ignorant here, where is Morris Point located?
Morris Point is in Able, Maryland.
Able,
Able.
okay.
So I'm confused.
Yes, sir.
So the whole area is not licensed.
No.
So how does the alcohol get from the kitchen, restaurant, or something out to the tent?
Well, that's what you'd have to ask him.
In terms of a distilled drink, it would be on a tray.
Well,
You would have to, I guess, license that area from the restaurant to that tent, and it's 70 feet, correct?
right,
That's what
I'd
you
like
have on
to
your
see
drawing.
where this is on here. I'm confused. You can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't, if you have a license and you're selling alcohol, you have to have that entire area licensed.
And
It has to be
secure.
part of the thing. You just can't walk out of the restaurant, walk 150 feet, and then sit in a tent, which we've given you a permit to use. You have to have the area between the restaurant and the tent, the entire thing.
Oh, an improved walkway?
Yes, the whole thing has to be the licensed premise then to be able
Is
to
that
serve.
under this commission's jurisdiction then, the approved walkway, or do I seek that from
Yes.
someone else?
Us-
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now,
No,
now,
wait.
Mr.
Wait,
I think he's confused. Are you telling him put in a sidewalk?
no,
No,
Okay.
no, we're
You
just trying to
following,
define
Chris?
the
Walkway. I'm
license.
just saying a walkway, if it's a designated walkway, be
Yeah,
it grass or
yeah, I just-
gravel
Okay.
or pavement, yeah.
Just want to make sure we're not,
Mr. Chairman, would it be allowable to put up the orange mesh fencing between the restaurant?
I don't want to try to come up and give him solutions to how he's going to run his business or set it up.
Okay, that would be part of his application.
That's part of his application.
Okay,
to
very good.
Find where this is.
Okay.
Our
We're just-
intent wasn't to have distills to mix under the tent, but if that's a requirement, then we'd have to do it.
No, well,
no.
Because our license covers all three. It covers beer, wine, and liquor.
I don't think he's talking about you making the drinks out there. He's talking about to get from point A to point B, are you walking, they have to license that whole area.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
Totally understand that. In that case, we would have everything stationed inside the tent. There would be no walking back and forth if that's a
You
requirement.
still have to bring the stuff to the tent. That's the
Oh.
point. Yeah. It's not going
So-
to, ain't going to grow out of the ground, Chris.
Well, I mean, that would have to be done before and after. Take it up before and take it down after.
and you don't want to be in a position where people don't understand and it's too difficult, and then you have a violation. Like somebody buying a beer under the tent and popping it and heading to the restroom with their beer in their hand.
Well, we don't have signs posted for that because we don't have the privilege yet. But we would post a sign that says, all alcohol must be maintained inside these 4 posts. I mean, there's nothing else to that. We have a pretty mature crowd there. We're not loaded with a bunch of young people there, partiers. People would understand what we need to do.
Okay, we're just presenting this because, we want you to be successful. We're not trying to, we don't want you to be set up to fail, not understanding what the restrictions are for what you're asking for.
Right.
Totally accept your experience
I don't have much experience.
in the question.
So you would say like a young couple buying or having their beer underneath the tent and then saying, oh, this is so romantic, let's go down to the pier. And walking then from the tent down to the pier,
Can't do
you
that.
know. But that's just as an example. They cannot do something like that.
Right.
Totally understood.
Okay, more questions?
No.
So I want to take a crack at this one. So the extension of premise that's being requested for is solely for a space that's 20 by 20 for the tent that's on this drawing, which is 70 feet away approximately from the restaurant front door. And you're going to control the alcohol inside that tent.
Correct.
With only his staff coming in and out from the restaurant to the tent. Are you?
Right.
You're
And
not.
the staff cannot, and the drinks have to be mixed under the tent. They cannot be mixed.
I don't think so.
You think they're going to allow
How is he
material?
going to do that? He would need
I understand
electric and
that,
water,
so-
and he would need running water, and he would need to build a permanent bar. You know, and that would require health department.
Correct.
You know, that,
That's correct.
yeah, that would be a bigger, I think, investment than,
So is the solution in the new permit for delivery?
no.
There's no food?
No.
Can't do it?
No, that's not even, no. He's just asking for outdoor service,
Right.
extended. He has some outdoor service on his back deck. He has this outdoor tent in the grassy area. I say just, you know, what is the, you know, they got to cut through the grass. Just make that walking area part of his premise,
Okay.
okay? I wouldn't, you know, I don't think you can require him to make it concrete, but, you know, he can put up,
And walk across grass, as long as it's
Yeah.
defined.
yep.
But there has to be some sort of boundary laid out, or not?
It's only for wait staff. They're going to be walking
Yeah,
back
it's only
and
for
forth
his
between the
staff
two.
to go back and forth. I mean, if patrons are going back and forth to use the restroom, normally patrons don't carry their drink into the bathroom,
Right.
not normally. So I don't think that's really an issue, but I would just, you know,
So I
you're
guess
giving
what
him
we-
kind of an easement, so to speak.
So I guess
In a
what we're going
better-
to need then, we're going to need part of the conditional approval is going to be a drawing showing where that easement's going to be, that pathway's going to be.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
That sounds-
We can do an amended drawing, a corrected or amended drawing.
You understand, sir? I don't think we can do what you want to do unless we
Yep.
approve this. So
Showing the,
amend the drawing, show us what the parameters are, how many feet, and that pathway is for staff. Okay,
So they would actually have to come up the steps to come across the grass to get to the tent, am I correct?
Yes, it would be
That's right.
as many as 24 paces,
Okay,
72 feet.
okay. It's a small area.
yeah, it's very small.
Very small.
Yeah, it's a compact location.
But in order to come out of the restaurant, they have to come up the steps to go across to where he's going to put his tent. So it's a very small area, so I don't see why.
If it's
he couldn't have some
necessary,
kind of
we'll provide it
there
if
for
it's
them to
absolute.
Come through.
right, well, I don't think we have to, yeah, so, okay.
And it is conditional upon, land use is asking for the minor site plan, which Chris is working with them, and Health Department needs to be involved in that due to the number of seats. And the fire marshal may or may not be needed. I'll know that more from land use and health.
So Lugum and who else?
Lugum, just put Lugum Fire and Health.
Use and occupancy?
No, Lugum Fire and Health.
Okay,
Fire marshal might have visited yesterday, called me, said he was coming down.
Usually, the fire marshal is only concerned if you have sides to the tent or if you have fenced-in area where people are prevented from escaping should there be an emergency.
He wanted to know if there was a fire extinguisher.
Right, but I don't want to talk for the fire marshal. I'll let him
No,
do his own talking.
I don't know if you've received his report yet.
okay.
And I didn't summon him, so he was somehow involved with this application.
They all get notified. Everybody gets notified when you present, when you turn it in. We talk to each other.
Anybody want to make a motion?
So it's conditioned on on a new drawing designating the walkway to the tent from the restaurant, correct? And then fire marshal, maybe the health department,
No, definitely the health, fire marshal, health,
and Lugum.
yes.
And Lugum, right? Okay.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second from Member Hill. Discussion?
This is 90-day conditional, and the drawing needs to be sent to you, Tammy, is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll forward it to the board when it comes.
Okay. Ready? Okay, premise change. Moore's Point Restaurant, Christopher and Deborah Susanen, requesting extension of premise and extra serving counter for outdoor seating. This is a 90-day conditional approval based on Lugum Fire and Health, and also on a new drawing showing us where the pathway is going to be for the staff to be able to take the drinks to the tent.
Dedicated path.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Passes. Good luck, sir.
Okay.
Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you.
Sorry for the confusion.
See you, Chris. Just hit me up when you start getting the approvals, hon, and send me that drawing. Thank you.
Next, Blue Wind Gourmet, Dana Rebarczyk, requesting extension of premise for outdoor seating.
Also apparently a no-show.
Not here?
Nope,
No show?
no show.
Okay, we will pass. We will go back to the Slice House. Kenneth Held, requesting extension of premise for additional outdoor seating.
He's not here.
Not here. Okay. So,
Will they just have to resubmit these, Tammy?
Contact them and they'll,
Huh?
they will have to come to next month's meeting if they still want that outdoor
Okay.
seating, yeah.
Or they just simply withdraw their request,
Exactly.
correct? Okay.
okay, so there'll be, okay, next is going to be officer member trade name changes. The Olive Garden Restaurant, number 1798, removing Joseph Kern and adding Lindsay Coren.
I make a motion the officer member trade name change for the Olive Garden Restaurant number 1797, removing Joseph Kern and adding Lindsay Coren.
We have a motion
I'll
from
second that
member,
motion.
okay, we have a second from member Hill. Discussion? So, office member trade name change, Olive Garden Restaurant, number 1797, removing Joseph Kern, adding Lindsay Coren. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Passes? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we'll pass it on to Board Administrator Report.
I got nothing. I don't know. Do I have anything? I really, no, it's,
Just tired, she needs a nap.
new rules and regs were put together, what you passed. There's probably a typo or two in there. We'll clean it up eventually. But it's there, it's online. You were each given a hard copy. I have a hard copy for you if I didn't put it down there. And so any licensee who needs it, it's always online for them. We haven't done the mail out, but we will mail one copy to each licensee on record.
Okay.
So, we do expect a few more off-premise consumption permits for mixed drinks to come to you next month. But other than that,
Are more of them like today where they are just going to, or is that the trend is just go and buy it and the customer leaves?
not sure. I think so, but I'm not sure. There may be some curbside in that, and even with the others, we'll have to keep an eye on because, you know, if things change with the level in the pandemic, people may not want to come into the building and they may ask for curbside. So we'll between, you know, the inspector will be keeping tabs.
Okay.
Okay,
Anything else?
that's it.
Mr. Hall, Board Inspector Report.
In the last month, I've done 18 inspections, 3 or 4 follow-ups, at the CAC meetings, our phone meeting here for the month, both mailing meetings, call-ins. after the last board meeting, I called some of the people that we knew were doing the delivery and stuff to tell them what the rules were and what they had to do to, to get their applications and stuff in. I made like 10 or 12 phone calls to those people. Last Friday, Tammy and I met with an establishment just to discuss some things that were going on at their place and just to help them out, see what was their process was, and just try to, give them some tips. Then we were learning what they were doing to see if they were doing stuff right. So, and then pretty much that's it. Around the office, doing other stuff, and this following month I've already got 2 trainings scheduled. So,
Yeah, the ID check training.
ID check one is one, and then there's one in Annapolis. So,
Yep. So things are starting to move again, and our intervention, I almost forgot about that. This was something that we did do when we saw a business maybe having a couple extra calls, police calls or whatnot. We like to go out there and just talk to them, not a warning or anything like that, but just basically, is there something that we can maybe help you with that you're doing or not doing, or maybe you're not understanding the rules and regs, or maybe your staff sometimes doesn't understand the rules and regs, and you need a little backup explaining it to them. So it was a nice sit down,
they did that. They had 3 or 4 of their security
Yes.
people there just so that they would hear it from us,
Right.
at how serious it can be. And so it was a good sit down with the business.
Yeah. So it was nice. It was nice to be able to start visiting people again. I know Kevin's been out there, but I haven't been out there in a long time. So.
Excellent. Barbara, any questions?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hall.
And there's nobody here from the Licensed Beverage Association, sir, but we do have Community Alcohol Coalition. Chris has come back, so I don't know if you wanted to give him time.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if you were expecting to talk, Chris, but guess what?
I appreciate the time. I'll just take I appreciate the time, and I'll just take a minute. I have returned to my previous position within the health department, so I'm back working the Community Alcohol Coalition and working as the prevention coordinator. We do have money set aside to continue the checks that we were doing as far as the red card, green card. So we're working out the contract right now, and that should start soon. So we'll, keep up with that, and our CAC meetings continue, and all the good work we've been doing and previously did are moving forward. I just came back a couple weeks ago, so.
Okay. Welcome back.
Good to be back. Yes.
This has come up in discussion in the past, and I've requested from our alcohol enforcement coordinator, Sergeant Myers.
Yes.
And he reports monthly as far as DUIs at the county level. However, it's not his position to report the DUIs that are posted at the state police barracks. So it was suggested perhaps that the Community Alcohol Coalition would take that responsibility and report the number of DUIs. I spoke with the officer that was in charge. I can't remember his name, but he is full-time there at the barracks.
Okay.
And they break it down by what was actually alcohol, what was drug under the influence, also repeat offenders. I mean, it's a whole gambit of how they report. But I would like to see the Community Alcohol Coalition assume that responsibility and then report to us monthly as to what the state police have. That way we have a better view of what is occurring in our community as far as alcohol-related DUIs and drug and alcohol use, that sort of thing. So that's my suggestion. I take it under advisement, but I'd like to have some kind of decision from you all that if you would take that under consideration and do that for us as a board.
Okay.
I think that would give us the complete picture of the violations within, the personal violations within the county. And perhaps then be able to suggest or see if there wasn't some way, programs that could be initiated to reduce that kind of, those problems and everything else. It's been an ongoing problem since I was a teenager, and Tall Timber days, Mike's Restaurant, and it goes on and on, So.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I appreciate that. I was planning to meet soon with our representative at the State Police Barracks. I will get in touch with that, and I'll bring it up at our next Community Alcohol Coalition meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Board member time. Do you have anything else?
Nope.
No?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
We have a motion to adjourn from Member Cole. Member Hill has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you.
Thank you. Good.
Do you have?